What's happening, my friends? Low and Curry. Cheers to you. Welcome. So this is the first stream where we are just using the brand new stream. I'm pretty excited because I think that it's going to be so much more stable. My hope is that we don't drop a single dang frame tonight. And I gotta say, it's a little bit odd because I still have my chat over here to my left, but it's just weird. Everything is on one keyboard now, and I haven't been getting used to that. So, what's up, Inkling? And Emma, how's it going? Excuse me, sir. Are you aware of the time? I am. It is roughly 8:44 Eastern Standard Time. So, yes, Curry, you are correct. Mass Effect Trilogy was announced. It's just a good thing to finally hear it be confirmed. You know, it's been it's been speculated for so long, and of course we knew it was coming. It's just we didn't know, with them being super quiet on it. It's like, well, is it 5 years down the pipeline or how far? So, yes, it is 1:45 a.m. Emma time. That is true. YouTube is straight down. Good to know. I thought the problems I was having were entirely my own. I did not know that. It will be amazing, and I hope so. Casey Hudson put out a note that was on the... Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll read it to you guys word for word, because it wasn't very long. Why can't I just look at the BioWare site? This? Yeah, here it is. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. So this is from the blog on November 7th. I can't sleep until Saber does. He has been okay the last 24 hours, but this time last night he seemed to be having mini seizures. Yeah, I thought I saw something that you tweeted, but I didn't know what was going on. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna read it to you guys, starting probably in the middle. Yeah, because this is gonna be the best. For many months now, our team at BioWare has been hard at work updating the textures, shaders, models, effects, and technical features of 3 enormous games. Our goal was not to remake or reimagine the original games, but to modernize the experience so that fans and new players can experience the original work in its best possible form. It's been amazing to see the adventures of Commander Shepard take on new life in super sharp resolution, faster frame rates, and beautiful visual enhancements. As game developers, we always hope that our games will transcend their original platforms. Having the opportunity to remaster the trilogy means that the fruits of a decade of our work will live on and will be experienced better and clearer than ever before. So that's from Casey Hudson. And the fact is I think it sounds like the games are not going to be standardized. It sounds like Mass Effect 1 is still going to be kind of the wonky, weird kind of game that it was, just it's going to look better, which is fine, I think. I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't have minded the combat from 3 kind of making its way into 1 and then leaving everything else the same, but it is what it is. He was blankly staring into space and his head was twitching? Huh. Did he see a ghost? Called the vet at like 1 a.m. They say that animals can see spirits. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not trying to terrify you. I don't know which is more terrifying, your cat potentially being sick or there being a whole bunch of ghosts just having a party in your place. Inkling also didn't know about that. What's going on with YouTube? Is there any sort of ETA on a fix? Working on a new Mass Effect. Yes, you are correct, Lo. They are. I guess we don't know if it's going to be Andromeda 2 or what it's going to be, but it was like a seizure. Okay, so it wasn't just like looking around. I gotcha. Well, I definitely hope that is okay. My mom had a wiener dog, a dachshund, that used to have seizures pretty often, and they weren't really. They're like grand mal seizures or whatever, the ones that aren't very dangerous. But one time he happened to have it when he was going down the stairs, and so he like took a tumble down the stairs. And that was pretty bad. Other than that, he would have been okay. So, but yeah. Hope the little guy pulls through, Pierre. We're all hoping. We're all hoping for Saber to be okay. I would be hyped for Andromeda 2 so long as it's properly done and not rushed like the fans wanted. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think that the more involved that Casey Hudson is, the better off we are. Because Casey Hudson was instrumental in the first... Was it all 3 of the games? I can't remember, but at least the first game in particular, he was huge on. And then, you know, obviously EA moved in after Mass Effect 1, so... of course, he was still involved. He's been fine the last 24 hours, but I can't sell it at night until he does, as I worry. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. I was so frustrated before Nick went live because I wanted to watch this new video about A Song of Ice and Fire. Oh. Well, hopefully you'll be able to watch it soon. Excuse me. All right. I do have this. I'll get this over here. Delicious water. Okay. Tankard's dry. I gotta fill up the tankard real quick. So tonight, we're gonna be playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance. I honestly can't remember if when we finished off our last Kingdom Come Deliverance stream, because it's been a week now. I can't remember if we finished our quest for Ultimate Piety. I don't think we did. I think I had to cut it a little bit short. So we're gonna finish. Oh man, I just poured water all over my crotch. That's awesome. Oh, good times. Whew, all right. Yeah, we're gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna move into. I believe we have 2 more DLCs. We have From the Ashes, and then the Amorous Adventures of the Bold Sir Hans Capon, which is the one I'm super looking forward to. Lo, right here, this guy. This guy right here is a Harry Potter fan. Hard to be a fan when the creator is so frustrating. Yeah, you know... Yikes, is all I have to say. Like, Miss Rowling could have just, like, stayed quiet for the rest of her life and just been extremely filthy rich, and just... We all would have been pretty okay, I think, if she just would have not ever opened her mouth again after she finished writing the books. So yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. Alright, let me open the game and bring you all in. Hopefully this works. Cool, gotta check out the preview. My chat will be to my left now. Alright. Go ahead and load this up. If so, I may or may not have done some goofy things as join the wizard site, and I got a 11.5-inch dragon wand, Gryffindor, and a brown hare as my Patronus. Okay.
If your cottage burnt down, our sausages will still taste good. If your husband is murdered, our sausages will be here. Come and get them.
Garlic, onions, mushrooms, and asparagus. Come right up. No need to be shy.
Right. So friends, this is... Are the frames looking okay, or are they looking a little bit stuttery? This is the first time I've played this game while streaming it at the same time. Let me try... Hang on just a sec. Let me try one other thing. Hopefully they're okay. Like I said, this computer has not had to do this before, so we'll just see what it does. I think it'll be okay. It's wild because I was so close to getting something with claws. What's going on? Are you on, is it Pottermore, or what is it? Oh, right, I'm preparing for the trial. Oh my gosh. Try to persuade Johanka to speak with humility, and she wasn't going for it. I'm so paranoid right now. Saber jumped off the bed and then didn't come when I was called. Poor thing was just trying to have a poop. Leave that cat in peace. Trying to drop a deuce. Alright, where's Albarak? Albarak? Oh, Wizarding World. Okay. Okay. Isn't there a new game coming out? Turn. There's a... I'm trying to think of what Harry Potter game I'm thinking of. I thought there was a Harry Potter game coming out soon. I'm totally drawing a blank on the name of it. He pooped. I can smell it now. I really have to change his food. I mean, it's not ever gonna smell good. I hate to break it to you, Emma. Granted, I haven't had cats my whole life, but we did have cats growing up, and man, they were honestly worse than dogs in terms of how bad their poop smelled by quite a bit. Like, oh no. Wait, what are we talking about here? A new game being made by Avalanche and published by WB. Oh, wait, am I still... Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing my nice clothes. That's right. Okay. So we're going to go talk to this fella and let him know that we're ready for the trial, I guess. A question is, did I have... I think I have Save Your Schnapps. I do, so I'm probably going to have to save right before I do this. Do that. Save. It'll just vanish into the air and eventually out of the windows. Oh, the poo. Okay, okay. I thought you were getting real worked up about the Harry Potter game. Save over this one here. I'll defend her in a duel. Can I do that? I just saved it, so I'm going for it.
Monsignor, it occurs to me that maybe this situation with Johanka could be resolved in a different way.
Is that so? Pray, enlighten me.
YouTube is working, yes.
I want to defend Johanka in a duel. If God is willing, and I win, then Johanka will be cleared.
And who do you propose to fight? Me? Or the Archangel Gabriel?
How should I know? With someone. Let God decide.
Solving disputes by such barbaric means is a throwback to ancient pagan times, and the Holy Church will not tolerate it.
Well, it was worth a
It
shot.
is an offense to God to demand that he resolve disputes that it is our duty to resolve. No, Henry. It's out of the question. I don't want to hear another word about it.
Can't have the windows open fully as we're not on ground floor. My dumb cats will dive out, but they open like an inch and then lock into position. There you go. Most of the year? Ooh, that must be nice. Suspicious activities?
Monsignor, I've heard of various irregularities in the province that might be of interest to you.
Very good, my son. A good Christian certainly shouldn't conceal such things. Please, speak.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, this is like the entire game. Start from the top.
The former parish priest of Rovna, Father Simon, went missing one day. Everyone thought he'd fled from the province, but in fact he just went to the woods and became a hermit.
I see. Why did he do that?
Because of a woman?
Because he got some girl pregnant. The child died during birth, though, and the mother too. He took it to be retribution for his sin. So he fled far from people, because he
Yeah, I
didn't
remember
feel
that
fit
now.
to be their pastor anymore.
That's very interesting indeed. Where is this Father Simon now?
I tracked him down in the woods and talked him into going back to Rovna. They needed a parish priest there, and Simon was convinced taking on the task would make amends for his sin.
Interesting. Father Simon's
for
story
reputation.
is certainly remarkable. Whether his actions are appropriate for a cleric is another matter, of course. Thank you for telling me about this.
Only shut them when it's freezing out because otherwise the flat gets really stuffy with 2 indoor cats in a small 1-bedroom apartment. That makes sense. Waldensians?
There were Valdensians hiding in Ujits.
Really? And how did you find out about it?
Sir Hanush sent me to help the vicar track them down and catch them.
So, Sir Hanush had an interest in
didn't
finding
I
them?
help them escape?
Yes, that's right.
I'm pleased to hear it. It's not always possible to see eye to eye with secular lords in such matters.
I think I helped them.
And how did it end up with the members of the sect?
They fled. The vicar is still trying to track them down.
That's unfortunate. Let's
Yeah,
hope the
I
vicar
helped them
succeeds
flee.
promptly in his mission.
Whoops. Ujit's women and their magic ointment.
Some women in Ujits went to the herbalist for magic ointment. Then they went to the woods, smeared this ointment on themselves, and engaged in all sorts of incantations and spells.
What? Witchcraft? God have mercy. They must be brought to justice. Who is this herbalist they visited?
Old Gertrude. She lives in the woods. by
Jeez,
the
I'm getting a
Dexter.
reputation for being a tattletale.
This will have to be dealt with. Thank you for telling me. Once I've finished with Johanka's case, I'll consider what's to be done about this.
A demon's skull was found on the church building site.
Yes, I heard something about it. A disturbing report. Tell me what you know about it.
It was a deception, sir. Someone made it with evil intentions, to frighten people. I found the skull and brought it to the local knacker. He confirmed it was a human skull with animal horns stuck on.
You did the right thing, Henry, in uncovering the deception.
That was actually a
and
pretty
telling me about it.
cool quest. Llewellyn, welcome, welcome. It's harsh to persecute heretics, but on the other hand, heresy led to millions of deaths eventually, wars of religion. True. It's true. Howdy. How's it been going? We're telling all.
There are interesting things going on inside the monastery.
In the monastery? What kind of things?
Circaders are drinking. Ooh.
The monks in the monastery are very concerned with the election of the new abbot. There's a lot of scheming going on.
But how do you know about it? How does a servant of the royal hetman come by knowledge of the confidential affairs of the Brotherhood of Monks?
Okay, I'll just have to convince him. Crusader Kings 3? Okay. How's that been going? Has that been enjoyable, my friend? I've actually never played Crusader Kings. So we're gonna basically just lie about it.
I caught wind of it. I heard it from a novice that the brothers were sending out at night to buy wine for them.
I see. And what was the name of this novice?
Oh my gosh, it's been such a long time.
Yodok.
Oh,
There is a novice of that name at the monastery. I shall have to speak to the
I tried
prior
picking the
about
name that
these
stood out
matters.
the most
Thank
because
you for bringing this to my
I
attention.
remember that was a
If
real
you've
name,
nothing
but I
else
didn't
to
know if it
tell
was a
me, you may
novice.
leave.
That's all, Monsignor.
All right, Henry. Thank you. But I hope you're not keeping anything from me.
So as I've said, I mentioned it earlier, Henry actually spent some time in the monastery as like a monk in training, I guess, a novice. And that was actually a really cool part of the game. When I play this game again, I'm going to spend a little bit more time in some of the affairs in the monastery, because I actually think would have been really interesting. There was something that was really bothering me about that part of the game, and I was like, I have to get out of here. I can't remember what it was now, but yeah. A lot of strange events and options in the game. It's a challenge to avoid marrying your family sort of thing. Really? Started one game and found out my sister was already pregnant with my child. Oh, you thought the monastery was very boring. See, it definitely has its boring parts. Absolutely. But I think it would have been kind of cool to be a little bit more mischievous than I was. I already just told him about the suspicious activities. I guess I don't know. I can't argue with him because that's going to drop my reputation. I think I'm just going to go ahead and start the trial. Based on inheritance of titles in feudal times, so family was key, claims, etc. Gotcha. The struggle of marrying family seems staple for Crusader Kings. My friends play Crusader Kings 2 with the Game of Thrones mod. What? That sounds awesome. Let's start the trial.
I'm ready, Monsignor.
Excellent.
Troubles
I've
like
also
that
completed
happen
my
a ton.
investigation. We may commence then with the proceedings.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Tired of waiting.
Good. I will send for everyone who is to bear witness and have Johanka brought before the court. We'll commence first thing tomorrow morning.
Yes, sir.
One more
Good
thing.
takes too many liberties with the
These
canon
are
for my
solemn
taste.
proceedings that
Okay.
demand a
I'm a
certain
purist, though.
decorum.
So am I.
I won't tolerate any
So
clanking
am I.
armor or
Then again, I've
otherwise
not read the
inappropriate
books,
attire.
so I don't
You
know
will
how.
wear this robe.
Of course.
I don't know which
Thank you,
canon
Monsignor.
Very well.
we're going off of.
Rest now, and we'll meet in the morning. See you later.
All right. There's a perk to avoid the physical penalties of incest, so you know the type of game it is. Book canon. Okay, yeah. Then I wouldn't be able to hang. Maybe one day. I tell you what. I had trouble keeping up with all the names when I was watching the show, so I can't even imagine how difficult it was reading the books without a visual aid. I feel like I'd have to whiteboard out the whole thing. You can have witch, nudist, cannibals. Why are we not playing this game right now? You can play with a TV cannon too. Okay. Yeah, that'd be what I would have to do. Otherwise, it'd be unrecognizable.
Let us begin.
Oh, the Rat-Eye Tourney. Okay. See ya. See ya, Honka. I gotta compete in the Rat-Eye Tourney.
I, Bishop Yaroslav of Benishov, by the grace of God,
Yaroslav of
Papal
Benishov.
Inquisitor, have come here to Sassaw in response to reports of Marian visitations and the preaching activities of one Johanka, a commoner. And I have found, indeed, that by her arbitrary words she's been leading good people astray and encouraging their rebellion against their betters. Furthermore, Johanka has attempted to usurp the glory that belongs alone to Holy Mother Church, and to appoint herself as an intermediary of the wisdom and grace of Almighty God. This
harsh
does
words.
not behove any lay person, and certainly not a woman. It is therefore necessary to remedy her transgressions, and to investigate the extent and the basis of her misguidance. Or, as the case may be, heresy.
Great.
Henry of Skalitz has elected
Game
to
of Thrones
appear
must
here
be the
in
epic
Johanka's
fail of all
defense,
time.
and his
Ooh.
wish has been allowed.
Oh, there's some pretty big fails out there. Although it's...
Anyone who elects to speak here does so before God, and shall be bound by a most sacred
It's tough.
oath.
It's tough to watch that last
Speak
season.
only the truth. I will first hear the testimony of Father Fabian, who sent me word of this matter, and who should best know what deeds are done in his parish.
Yeah, Father Fabian he can go fly a kite.
Father Fabian, will you tell us what Johanka has been proclaiming?
Johanka claims that she has received visitations from Our Lady, the Holy Mother of God, who speaks to her in the night. It is an outrageous claim that I hold to be entirely untrue.
And did Johanka come forward to ask your advice regarding these alleged apparitions?
She did not. Instead, she took it upon herself to spread her supposed wisdom to the people.
And prior to this, did Johanka attend church? Did you see her at your sermons, Father?
I did not, Monsignor. What's more, the parish priest of Skalitz is staying at my presbytery just now. Johanka knows him well enough, but she didn't come to see even him. I believe Johanka is deliberately avoiding the church. Instead, she meets her followers secretly in the woods and preaches to them. Either she made everything up, or the devil himself is whispering in her ear.
Ugh. Oh!
If I may, Monsignor, the Virgin Mary really does speak to Johanka.
Is that so? And on what do you found this claim?
It couldn't be the devil. Johanka lives at the monastery, doesn't she? Close to the cave of St. Procopius. St. Procopius, who overpowered the devil and cast him down, did he not? The evil one would hardly dare return to the dominion of the saints to whisper in Johanka's ear. Surely that's obvious.
It's true, Henry. That evil spirits, or
So far,
even
so good.
Lucifer
Good
himself,
thinking.
would have little
I wasn't
power
expecting
in
to
the
have a
vicinity
timed
of the
prompt like
remains of
that.
St. Procopius.
But the fact that she lives at the monastery doesn't
There aren't
mean
very many
that
timed
she's
prompts in this
not
game.
Misguided. What's more, she is an interloper there herself, who would not even be tolerated if it weren't for Brother Nicodemus.
Yes, Father. I am aware of the impropriety of her presence in the monastery grounds. But in this, I must concur with Henry.
Let's go. Oh, Pavel.
Monsignor, would you please hear the testimony of the respected burgher Pavel of Colleen? He will testify that Johanka isn't making anything up.
Well, I'm very curious what this Pavel will tell us. Call Pavel
Me
of
too.
Colleen.
I didn't plan on calling him, but oh no, I did ask him to testify. I remember that now.
I'm a little surprised to find a counselor of Colleen here, especially you, who makes no secret of your animosity towards Sasau Monastery.
True. Although I have only criticized the monastery in secular matters of property, which concerned a dispute with the town of Colleen, and therefore my duties as a counselor.
Pavel, please tell us about your
I have the
recent
same pants as
experience.
Pavel.
I'm all ears, Goodman.
The same trousers, if you will.
Some years ago, I
Bridges.
hid some money in Sasau Woods. When I found myself here again recently and heard Johanka's words, I remembered that matter. Johanka made me aware of my inordinate love of wealth, and I resolved to donate the money in question for the common good of Sasau. For this, I needed an honest intermediary who would locate the money. In this too, Johanka helped me by putting me in touch with Henry here. By the grace of God, he found the long-lost treasure and donated it for the good of Sasau. The whole matter I regard as the intervention of the Holy Spirit.
An interesting tale, Goodman Pavel.
Not only that, it's also evidence of divine providence, and that Johanka isn't making anything up. She wasn't possessed by an evil spirit. On the contrary, Our Lady really did speak to her.
I must concur with that, Monsignor, because I was subsequently also visited in a dream by the Virgin Mary.
What? You too?
Yes. She appeared in a blue cloak and waved to me.
Do you swear that
I wasn't
what you
expecting
say
to
is
hear that.
true, Pavel?
I swear by Almighty
We're gonna have
God,
two trials
Monsignor.
now?
Remarkable. Truly remarkable. Very well, Goodman. Thank you for your testimony. You may stand down.
Right. One
Even
down.
if it were true, why would
Maybe
Our
not.
Lady choose a simple village girl like Johanka?
Monsignor, with your permission, I'd like to draw attention to the work of the great scholar
We got this from
Matthew of
the
Janov.
Ujits
He exalted women like Johanka.
priest. Can't remember
He
his
said
name.
that God created what is
Godwin?
weak
Father
in
Godwin.
order to bring shame on what is strong. That's why God turns to women who love Christ and blesses them with such visions, so that they can point out and rectify the vanities of men. It can't be heresy if the learned masters of universities write such tracts.
What you say is remarkable. Matthew's work, which you mentioned, does speak to Johanka's benefit, but I wouldn't have expected that someone of your station has even heard of the Master of Janov. How did you come by his work?
Well, Johanka pressed me to go on a pilgrimage of repentance. I went to Ujits, where there is a Marian church, and there, the parish priest gave me a copy of the text.
Nice.
Surprising indeed, especially that you are at all capable of reading such a work and understanding it. You're quite a fountain of unexpected skills, Henry.
Thank you, Monsignor.
Actually, Henry's quite good
Let's
at reading.
proceed then. Is there anything else you want to add, Henry?
Yes, please call Brother Nicodemus. He has something to say about it. He's a man of learning and knows more about these things than I do.
Certainly. I also wish to hear his testimony. Call him. Nicodemus, for some time you were insisting that the infirmary needed extra pairs of hands. It was only at your request that Johanka, against all accepted custom, was allowed inside the monastery walls. I've already spoken to Abbot Peter about her, but please tell me how Johanka behaved.
Monsignor, I must stand behind Johanka. The girl is a treasure. Selfless, charitable, and good-hearted. She helped more people here than anyone else. I have never seen her do anything that would contradict the behavior of a good Christian. She never discussed questions of faith with me. She was always focused only on her work, which she carried out impeccably.
And afterwards, when she began making claims of Marian apparitions?
Yes. That's quite an extraordinary thing. The things she preached couldn't have come from any of the brothers, or from books, because she can't read. Therefore, I believe the Blessed Virgin really spoke to her.
Interesting.
Nonsense. She made the whole thing up. Or someone did prompt her. You're very keen to defend her, brother. It makes me wonder whether she didn't get her wisdom from you.
I already said she got none of it
David,
from me, and I
Nicodemus
would
is not
never
on trial
lie
here,
before
friend.
Almighty God. But it seems to me it's the inadequate education of the good parish priest here that's behind his flimsy litany.
What? Am I to be criticized by someone who's more a gardener than a scholar?
Father Fabian, let Nicodemus speak. And you, Nicodemus, stick to the point, if you please.
Certainly, Monsignor. Please allow this humble gardener to put the good priest right, because he evidently knows nothing of the fact that other women before Johanka had similar experiences. Blessed Hildegard of Bingen also had similar visions. And what about St. Bridget, or Elizabeth of Schurnau, or Catherine of Siena? Like them, Johanka here only humbly spreads the message of Our Lady. She does not present herself as an intermediary of divine mercy. Please do not condemn Johanka, Bishop Yaroslav. In my judgment, her visions are genuine and her words sincere.
Thank you, Nicodemus. Your plea is very bold. But what you say about Hildegard and the others is true. You can rest assured I will consider your words very carefully. Fabian,
You'd think if
have you had
these
trouble
holy
with
men
heretics
revere the
before,
Holy Mother,
or
they'd
had
respect
any
women more? I
suspicions
know,
of
right?
heresy here?
Not much, Monsignor. Now and then there have been traveling preachers and various charlatans here and there. Although, I did recently get reports that there were members of the Waldensian sect hiding in the province.
Yes, I know of that. Henry here was helping the vicar to track them down. Unfortunately, though, they managed to flee. Thank you, Father Fabian.
Ooh.
That's all.
I'm glad to have been of service, Monsignor.
I
Glad I
thank
told
you
him about
also,
that now.
Brother Nicodemus. You too may stand down. Call Hoshek, bailiff of Sasau.
Hashek. I can't remember what Hashek's claim is.
Bailiff, has there been any suspicious activity here recently?
Well, there have been cumins on the rampage in the woods and on the roads, and all sorts of bands of footpads and brigands around the province. But otherwise, it's all been peaceful and quiet here, Monsignor.
Otherwise,
How
other than all that
reassuring.
murdering.
And what of Johanka, bailiff? Has she been inciting the people here?
I couldn't tell you much about her. I hardly know her. She hasn't broken any laws, and folks speak well of her, for the most part. Although it's true, things have been a bit tense here, on account of her speeches.
Continue.
Quite a lot of people have been going to her since she started with that preaching. Some are even convinced she's a holy woman. From what I heard, they bring her small gifts or ask for her advice or blessing.
Sacrilege! People coming for blessings and bringing her gifts. That has all the makings of a cult.
Oh, I don't know, Monsignor. Begging your pardon, but that's overstating it a bit. But it's true. They met outside town, too. and it came to a bit of a skirmish. Nothing serious happened, though. Fellas punching each other in the mouth. If you'll excuse me, monsieur, that happens all the time. Well, that's about all I can tell you, Monsignor.
Thank you, Bailiff. That will be all. And you, Henry, you've been around Johanka more than anyone. Do people come to her for blessings?
Well, they come to her, yes. But I swear she never blessed anyone. But when someone comes to her, she tries to help them, like a good Christian.
Henry, I'm sure you're aware that to lie here is a mortal sin and a crime.
I do. And I'm not lying.
I was just about to say, I don't think I'm lying.
Anything else?
Yes, Monsignor. Johanka helped Guta, the tailor's wife. Please hear her testimony. You'll see for yourself that Johanka is a good Christian.
Very well.
Uh-oh.
I promise to hear your witnesses.
Uh-oh.
Call this
I'm gonna call Adela, and Adela and Henry might have had some relations.
Guta, you witnessed Johanka's first sermon. What did she speak of?
I don't know if that's
About
gonna go
how
over
we should
well.
be virtuous and not sinful.
And then you went to see Johanka, didn't you?
I did, Monsignor. I wanted to ask her for help, and she did. I was praying for my husband for a long time and begging God to help him. And I believe my prayers were answered, and he sent Johanka to us.
And there were others who came to her seeking help?
Yes, Monsignor. There were.
And that shrine, and the gifts. People brought them to Johanka so she'd help them?
I couldn't tell you. But she helped me without any of that.
Didn't you bring her any gifts?
Well, yes, but that was after. Just some old cloth for bandages and bed covers, so she could help others like she helped me. Every evening, I pray for Johanka and thank the Blessed Virgin for sending her to us.
I see. Thank you.
Well, that was painless.
You may go.
Yeah, the next one's gonna be,
I'd like you to listen to Adela. She amended her life and doesn't live in sin anymore, all because of Johanka. Johanka helped people selflessly, not for any benefit, and Adela can testify to that.
All right. Bring this Adela.
Please don't get me in trouble.
Adela, until recently you were living in the nearby town of Ledechko, is that so?
Yes.
And how did you make a living there?
I served at the baths, laundering and repairing clothes, and preparing the baths.
Is that all?
No. Sometimes I went with the fellas and pleasured them for money. But I don't do it anymore. I swear. I changed my ways on account of Johanka and Henry here, and now I lead a decent life.
You're saying you simply gave up your profession?
Yes. Henry convinced me, and Johanka took me in.
Very well. Thank you. And since you left Ledechko, have you sinned with anyone?
Well, it was only
one
time, Monsieur.
Oh no!
And with whom did you sin?
No!
With Henry.
No!
Well. So Henry leads loose women to the path of righteousness, only to drag them back into sin again.
It wasn't quite like...
Quiet!
Oh no.
Adela, answer me one more question.
I was so
You're
close.
living with Johanka now, yes? Tell me what she says to the people who come to her.
Well, they come with all sorts of problems. Some want just advice.
If you don't sin, you can't ask for forgiveness.
Some want her maybe to bless them or talk to Our Lady.
I was so close, Curry, I know.
They believe she's a holy woman.
So, Johanka accepts gifts from these people and then gives them her blessing?
No, it's not like that. Johanka doesn't bless anyone. And she doesn't want any gifts from anyone.
It's silly that
either.
we're talking about
So
Johanka. She's standing right there like she's
things
not
they
there at
bring,
all.
She gives them out to the sick and wounded. She doesn't keep anything. I swear.
You swear?
Yes. I swear to it all, Monseigneur. I'd never lie to you.
All right. You may go. Now I wish to question Katra, the swordsmith's wife. Bring her here.
Nice. She's not as good.
Katra, you are a respected townswoman who has a good overview of what goes on in Sasau. As you told me earlier, will you tell me now what you know of Johanka and her deeds?
Yes, I'll tell you everything, Monsignor. Johanka has been putting ideas into people's heads and causing chaos. What right has she to preach to us? A simple girl like that. As if we were bad people here, and she herself is a sinner.
I kind of want to talk about the devil in the background
A
here.
loose woman she is, who goes with anyone.
It's got
and
like a
even
face on his butt.
with the custodian, Sir Sebastian.
What?
That's nothing but slander.
Quiet, Henry. I will deal with this matter in a
I
moment.
don't think that her...
Forgive me, Monsignor, but Katra isn't telling the whole truth.
What do you mean, Henry?
She's the one who set a band of thugs on Johanka several times to cause trouble for her.
I don't think Johanka actually
She
slept
wanted
with
to drive
him.
Johanka out of town. That's not the deed of a good Christian, plotting intrigues like that. She admitted it all to me.
Is that true?
I only did what was necessary to stop her from bringing us to harm.
Monsignor, you can see yourself that Katra holds a grudge against Johanka.
Yes. I must agree with Henry. In view of your apparent antagonism towards Johanka, whatever the reasons for it, I cannot allow you to influence these proceedings. You should have reported your concerns to Father Fabian instead of acting willfully as you did.
But she's bringing us nothing but trouble.
I will be the judge of her transgressions, not you. Nevertheless,
go away, Katra.
I have also heard rumors of Johanka's immorality that cannot be ignored. Bring here the Sasau custodian, Sir Sebastian von Berg.
Yeah, Sebastian wanted her, but she did not go for it. Pretty sure. She wants to be with Matthias.
Sir Sebastian, my apologies for raising the matter, but doubts have been cast on your virtue. I have been told that you have shared your bed with Johanka. Is it true?
Monsignor, with respect, this is surely some mistake. Johanka is not a bad girl, and by no means a heretic.
Noted. Now please answer my question. Did you share your bed with Johanka or not?
Yes, but she's not...
Silence! So, Johanka not only incites rebellion
Yes,
against the nobles,
forgot
but
that
also
part.
seduces them into sin and immorality.
Monsignor, I've known Johanka a long time, and she's a virtuous girl and a good Christian. She just needed support. It wasn't a bodily desire, but one of the soul. Consider what she went through. Her whole family slaughtered, and everyone here turned their backs on her, but for Sir Sebastian. Anyone can make a mistake, can't they? And she's sorry for her mistake.
Monsignor,
She just nods.
let's put a stop to this. It's undignified for us both. And for Johanka. She's no heretic, just a confused young girl to whom fate has been less than kind. Her confusion will pass. All it needs is for someone to explain to her the error of her ways. There's no necessity for extreme measures.
Sir Sebastian, be so kind as to leave the judgment of Johanka's transgressions to me. You may go.
That didn't turn out so well. Who else? Who else are we
Henry?
gonna see here?
You proved yourself a good servant of the Church when you told me of your disturbing findings concerning the situation hereabouts. You've been very keen to appear here in Johanka's defense. You've said a lot about her, but please, tell me why you've been helping her all this time.
All of these are good.
Because she speaks the words of Our Lady. That can't be ignored. I would be disrespecting the Blessed Virgin if I turned my back on Johanka.
So, you two are still convinced of that? We'll have to see what Johanka says about it herself. That will be all, Henry.
Present a clever argument.
Monsignor, please permit me to say one more thing. I heard some wise words at a sermon in Skalitz, and I think I should share them here. It's our Christian duty
A closing argument, if you will.
But we must love the sinner. So I beg you, Monsignor, be lenient to Johanka.
You're right, Henry. Those are wise words. Nothing remains but to question Johanka herself.
Yeah, I was unable to convince Johanka to speak modestly.
You've heard the accusations brought against you, and we have also heard several testimonies. I already questioned you earlier, and it has also come to my attention that Henry here bribed a guard to allow him to see you in your cell, which I expressly forbade.
Oh, gosh.
Johanka, do
How
you
did he
wish
know?
to revise the answers you gave earlier, or do you stand by what you said?
I stand by everything I told you.
So be it. I expressly forbade you to continue preaching, and you promised not to do so. You defied my instruction and broke your promise. Why?
Forgive me.
It's not going well.
Monsignor. But I could do nothing else. Our Lady asked me to do it, and I couldn't refuse her. And
Look
I
at each
did
other
the
nod.
right thing. The Virgin Mary visited me again in my cell and showed me new things. Monks and prelates who took off their robes and put on princely cloaks instead. They threw down their staves, buckled on swords, and placed crowns on their heads. They rejected Christ's example and hoarded wealth
yeah,
for
this isn't going so
themselves.
well.
They paid no heed to the people, but only gave them absolution for money and...
Silence! You will not speak like that. I have already heard more than enough. These proceedings are closed. You may leave. Johanka will now hear my verdict.
I saved it, but like there's no way I can go back. I'd have to redo this entire quest.
Johanka, are you aware you're facing very grave accusations?
Yes, Monsignor. I am.
You stand accused
No.
of preaching from ignorance and leading the people away from the protective embrace of Holy Mother Church. If you do not recant, you will suffer grave consequences.
Pride and ignorance clouded her reason.
Child, it would distress me greatly to have to pronounce a verdict of condemnation. Speak then. Do you recant your sermons and swear never again to preach to the people? And are you prepared to repent?
As God is my witness, I did all this with good intentions. And I will never preach to the people again. I recant everything I preached and want to be accepted back amongst good Christians again. I will do whatever you command to make amends for my sin.
What?
Behold, Johanka's soul too have we brought back from the dark labyrinth of the evil one and into the divine light of our Lord Jesus Christ. But the remnants of Satan's
I saw
evil
the sword
influence
back
linger
there. I
in her
thought for
yet.
sure she was about
Must
to lose
be
her
cast
dome.
out in the name of Almighty God. Take her. We must all
Wait,
be ever
she's gotta-
vigilant of Lucifer's evil designs and avoid being caught in his snares. Only
Gonna get
Holy
lashes.
Mother Church can safeguard all Christian folks from the onslaught of the devil. Only Holy Mother Church cares for their souls so they may find salvation in the kingdom of heaven.
Full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou.
He's gonna be alive. That's I guess.
And blessed be the fruit of thy womb. Jesus. Holy Mary. Oh God.
Behold, Lucifer has been defeated. Johanka has been freed from his malign influence. Now she will take refuge in the sanctuary of the convent, where she will be guided on the righteous path back to our Lord Jesus Christ. God be praised.
Matthias soon recovered from his illness, but when he went to look for Johanka, he found only an empty room. Although she'd been cleared of the charge of heresy, she had to leave with the Inquisitor to enter a convent and do penance for her sins. And all that Matthias had left of her was a bitter-sweet memory. God alone knows if either of us will ever see her again.
Oh, that's not a good ending. I'm guessing there are probably 3 endings then. One that ends in her death, that one, and then a good ending, I'm guessing? Well, we did it at least. I don't really love the way it ended though. From the Ashes and the Amorous Adventures of Bold Sirhan's Capen are the only 2 DLC quests we have left. So, I wonder if Nicodemus will tell me anything. I have to say, that one felt like a true DLC. There was a lot of moving parts there.
How you doing, Matthias?
All right, I suppose. Depends how you look at it. I'm well. Still alive, as you can see. Which can't be taken for granted after everything that happened to me. But I'm still grieving for Johanka. I keep asking myself if it's just that I'm still here. Well, she... Well, you know.
Johanka is fine. Maybe better off than here. She'll have a peaceful life in the convent, serving God.
I know. It's just... I just regret that she's not here with us. I'd like to see her again.
Yeah, so would I. So, what are you going to do now, Matthias?
I wish I knew. For now, I'll work in the monastery grounds. Maybe even on the construction, until they throw me out.
What? They don't want to let you stay here?
Well, it seems the abbot isn't happy about so many lay people right outside the monastery walls. Brother Nicodemus is trying to put in a word for me and Adela. But the abbot can be very obstinate. He wasn't happy about Johanka being here at all. And then, with all that happened after...
I understand. So what will you do if you have to leave?
I really don't know. I'll stay, until harvest at least. There'll be plenty of work. And then... I'll see. Maybe I can find a job somewhere around here. but more likely I'll go away to other parts if I can save some money. After all that's happened here, I'll probably be better off leaving this province far behind me, if I don't end up a vagrant.
You ought to at least get a place for the winter, though. I can't promise anything, but if the right moment comes up, I'll put in a word for you with Sir Radzik. He might need someone in the stables or something.
I'd really appreciate that, Henry.
Nice,
Thanks for everything.
Maybe it'll turn out okay for Matthias. I just saw Adela over here.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Did you have to say that we did it?
How are things going here?
Quite well. It's a lot of work, but I have a feeling I'm doing something useful. Johanka and Brother Nicodemus showed me what to do, and I already know a thing or two.
Sounds good.
I have a roof over my head, enough to eat, and they even pay me a bit. It's really quite fine.
I'm glad to hear it. And you've had no trouble from anyone?
No, everyone has been kind. It's sweet of you to care, Henry. Goodbye.
That's not too bad. What about Brother Nicodemus?
I heard you and Pavel of Colleen gave a donation to Sasau. It's a pity you didn't think of us. Anyway,
I did think of you guys.
What can I do for you?
So, Johanka is gone.
Yes, sadly. I'll miss her. But on the other hand, I don't think what awaits her is anything bad. The contemplative life is free of many everyday hardships and woes, and her healing skills will find application elsewhere. You advised her well, Henry. The fact that it all ended well is largely to your credit. It could easily have taken a very ugly turn, considering the gravity
Maybe
of the
there are only
charges
2
against
endings.
her.
Do you still think the Virgin Mary's visitations were real?
Who can say? Was she really deceived by Lucifer, as the Inquisitor said? I don't think so. I think her visions came from Our Lady.
He was whipped,
But I
yes.
suppose
Whipped
we'll
and then
never
sent
know
off
for
to a
sure.
convent.
And Johanka will have plenty of time in the convent to reflect on her visions.
Do you know how many endings there are, Llewellyn? Alright, let's... That was my next thing. I was about to look up how many different endings there were for that. Madonna, I think it was the Madonna of Sasau was the name of it. You've only seen her get whipped? Okay, so yeah, then we saw the same ending. Avoid the battle? I saw it last time and avoided it this time? Oh, okay. I might pause it here for a second, look up some of the endings. Then again, I mean, no. There has to be a worse ending than that, I feel like. Small reminder that those times really sucked. Yes, definitely. I don't think there's anything more you could have done except lying. So you think that this was the best outcome? I need to put my combat clothing back on. Don't know, but could be. All right, fair enough. Let me get this stuff equipped back on, and then I'll do it. When did I get that? On Ambison. Gray tunic. Oh, those were the clothes I got from the trial. Interesting. Okay. Coif. Being equipped. Let me do that. Let me check that real quick. We got the Madonna of Sasau. She sunk herself denouncing the church. Really? Dang. The Madonna of Sasau. Endings. There are 3 endings. That's interesting to know. I don't want to watch a video, though. Holy crap, this is a... Wow. This site is really something. Cyberspaceandtime.com. Wow. Wow. Okay, the person that commented here on Steam says, I just finished my 5th playthrough. And they didn't get the happy ending. They got the tragic scenarios, what they said. Wow. Don't hoard any money from quests, take glory for yourself, or have sex as a reward. Yeah, no kidding. And so some people do still get the good ending, even with some bad things happening. Anyway, 3 endings. That's good to know. So I definitely got the middle ending then, because there's no way that the worst ending isn't her dying. Just no way.
God save you.
What the?
Where's Lady Stephanie? I need to talk to her. Must be above me. Here's Lady Stephanie's room. They have had some
Greetings,
relations.
Henry.
Oh, there she is. Talk with her.
Look out.
Well, let's have a talk. Can't I talk to her?
The Lord be praised. What's on your mind?
How did you enjoy the race?
How did you enjoy the race, my lady?
I had no idea you were so talented. Your sweetheart must be the happiest woman alive.
My lady, you see...
Come and see me sometime, Henry. We really need to have a proper talk. God be with you.
Do you see what I mean? This is not Henry's fault. Come see me sometime. We need to have a proper talk.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
This is her lord right here. What's happening with Pribyslavitz?
Can I be of service to you, Sir Divish? I've heard talk that something is going on in Pribyslavitz.
Henry, you've come at just the right moment. I sent a man to Pribyslavitz. My locator, Marius.
What's a locator?
A land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the settlement to see if
I think this one could be cool. I don't know how big of a quest it's going to be, but need high charisma and the highborn speak perch would help. Speak perch. Speech perk. For what exactly? For talking with Lady Stephanie?
You're planning to resettle the village?
Yes.
Why Pribyslavitz of all places?
Because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruin since it was sacked by Havelmedic years ago. It's about
for better
time
outcome
that
for
changed.
Johanka. Oh, okay,
well, it should
okay.
be safe there now.
Interesting.
We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes.
I do
And that's
have
why I
really
sent
high
my
speech
master
ability.
locator
I have a
there.
20
However, he
level
should
20
have been
speech.
back long since.
If you've no objection, I could.
I
go
think
look
my
for him.
charisma was like
I'd
17,
appreciate that.
something like that.
He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out. Goodbye.
Sir Robard totally pushed me out of the way. Alright, I'll be back sometime, Lady Stephanie. Alright, Lost in the Woods. There's been talk that Sir Divish has grand plans for the ruined village of Pribyslavitz. Now the bandits have been driven out, and his plan started to involve me when he sent me on a quest to find a missing man he'd sent there. Let's check it out. Could be able to fast travel. Actually, don't know if I've been back to Pribyslavitz since I visited in the main game. Remember. Right. Take a look at this map. Oh, geez, he could be anywhere. Sir Divish told me he had sent his locator to survey Pribyslavitz and was worried the man hadn't returned. I promised I'd go there and see if I can find him. Pretty much all I've got to go off of. Got my game saved. These are good guys, right? Oh, they're bandits. They're not fighting me. Interesting.
So, it's all clear to me now.
What is? Who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
What? How could you?
Sir Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to have sent someone better than you to parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it? There's plenty of us and you're on your own. So I think twice about how you're going to deal with that.
Let him go? I'd like to join you?
Let him go, right now.
Right now.
Or you can stay here and feed the crows, like the rabble who were here before you.
All right. No need to be hasty, eh? We'll be on our way then. Quietly. That fella's in the tent over there.
A lot easier than I thought. Which tent? This one? What tent? What tent, sir? Oh, there he is. Found him. Aha.
I'm being held captive. Help.
Hang on a second. Let me lockpick this. Oh, 10 lockpicks?
Thank you.
Man, that's a sweet
My
hat.
pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you, and it looks like I arrived just in time. God's truth. I'm Henry of Skalitz.
My name is Marius Bielek, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived, and so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me, if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
No, I'm not gonna skip it.
I'll escort you then. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind. Should we get going?
So this is Pribyslavitz. Used to be a sort of a little fortress, wooden palisade that went all the way around. But as you can see, it's since fallen into ruin.
The rat house. Every village must have one. It'd be nice and prominent. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here.
Sure, dude. Say so.
The church is still standing.
There we go.
Good.
The
Good.
church. Okay.
Whoever built it did a good job. Considering how old it is and what it's been through recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though.
Honestly, I couldn't remember if that was a church or a castle. I can see it now. See that that's churchy. That's kind of taken a not ideal path. So I'm curious if there's going to be any real passage of time.
One tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's?
Or if all of a sudden this village is just going to spring up. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting because I can't really pass any more time in the game. I'm already at the epilogue. Like, what's this dude doing? Afraid he's gonna walk somewhere and get stuck.
There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here.
I mean, dude, you could put stables anywhere. There's tons of space. This might be the biggest village. Even make a moat.
Main approach road and the stream. This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source.
True? Plus, there's all this nettle over here.
Supplies and trade will flow through here.
Tons of nettle to use for making savior schnapps.
I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere.
I mean, he's right, but look, like, I think we can find enough trees. Like, look at all the trees in this area. I think we'll be able to find a few trees. Man, Sir Divish, you could have paid me half of what this guy's making. I would have been able to do this. And I wouldn't have got caught.
Stone foundations. They'll come in handy, and we're close to the stream.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Probably some food in the bandit camp.
Lots of space here.
Yeah, we know we can have a sleepover, like a camping sleepover in this area. Big enough for that. Actually brings back some pretty cool memories of
There's a well here already. All the better.
trying to sneak around. Oh yeah, did I ever go in there? Hang on a second. Yeah, I went in here once. I remember that now. Thought so.
A big space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn.
Good site for it.
That's that then. The most essential surveying is done.
Got another save game. Talk to locator. Okay, hang on. I will, but I need to see if there's any extra food. I'm already starting to get hungry.
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
But building a whole village is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it.
Oh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait?
Did not mean to skip
I'll
that.
head to Townburg
He said
right
the church
away.
will dominate the whole settlement.
Would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long. My lord, welcome to Pribyslavitz. That is to say, welcome back to Pribyslavitz after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in
Good
part
save.
to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir.
I paid the ransom and I want something for it? Oh my gosh. Sir Divish has 0 speech skill? Really?
They didn't look all that tough, so I put a bit of pressure on them and they took to their heels.
You were outnumbered and you scared them off?
Yeah, they were greenhorns. I think they may have been a bit intimidated by me.
Let's hope they don't try anything like that again.
I'm quite sure they won't, sir.
Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Pribyslavitz in?
Bad.
Sir, in my official capacity as locator, I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Pribyslavitz may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated.
There are
But
minimal dead
extensive
bodies in there,
reconstruction
too.
will be
Minimal.
required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings away from the square, in particular more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forest for agricultural land and build more farmhouses. But for now, we'll have to focus on more sensible goals.
As you wish, my lord.
Won't it cost a lot?
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some
Ooh, I wonder if Henry can buy the whole village.
Tens of thousands of groschen.
That much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price. But raising
Henry's
a settlement
got right
from
now
the
about
ashes you see around
43,000?
you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Morris.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will need lots of labour. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad. But it's a good question.
Kind of interesting.
I've already given it some thought.
But Sir Divish
I've
already...
agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we
he's
shall
already
make
the
an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction,
Lord of,
which will bring them many benefits,
Homburg.
but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors, more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
They'll be delighted, sir.
And that's another interesting
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here.
So is Divish
But now
going to
it
be
seems
Lord
there will
of
be no shortage of new
Pribyslavitz as
inhabitants
well?
after all.
Like, is this a new Divish franchise? But yeah, like, we're going to rebuild Pribyslavitz for the Skalitz people to live in. But Skalitz is in better shape than Pribyslavitz, so why don't we just rebuild Skalitz? And let the Skalitz people live in Skalitz.
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far
Well,
as
I
I'm
also
concerned.
took care of the ones in
All
battle,
we need
but
is
also the
people and
ones
the
in
necessary funds.
Remnant.
And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers, and its citizens.
True.
If that's
First
not
things
me,
first.
I'm gonna throw a
Since
fit.
you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yeah.
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of Pribyslavitz, in my domain.
My lord, it's a great
Nice.
honor. Thank you.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like.
Yes, it does.
If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from
There
your
it
own
is.
purse.
Henry's gonna buy the whole town.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You must ensure the rebuilding of the church. That means complete reconstruction.
I believe
wall
Henry has
paintings, and a
around
new
43,000
altar. See to
groschen
it that in the
currently.
future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
Seems like it could be pretty dang
sir,
cool.
I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded.
It's like
I shall
Sim
grant
City
you
going
the
on here.
proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of
I
responsibility.
am. We're the
As
right
you
man
said
for the job,
yourself,
Henry.
It's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So,
This DLC is
we're
fun.
agreed.
It's pretty cool so far.
You'll give this document
Grant, I
to
just
the
started
retained
and haven't
bailiff.
really done much of anything.
He'll
but
make the announcement
I
to
got the
invite
bailiff's
settlers,
mace.
which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Talmberg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
All right. Did you sleep with his wife? Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, like I said, what was Henry supposed to do? She came on to him. Take the letter to the Ratai bailiff? Wait, why do I have to take it there? He's gonna make the public proclamation. Usually best to see him shortly after noon. Okay. Let me, I want to see this here. You are so young and viral. I know, right? It's like... But she, like I said, she came on to me. I don't know, like, how is Henry supposed to turn her down? Okay, let's take a look. Is it a quest item? Letter from Vranik. Sir Divish's announcement. Oh, I can't even read it. Okay. Curry, I wish I could have caught that moment on stream. Because it was just me sitting here in my room, and I was like, my eyes got this big. I was like, is this really happening? It happened. It happened. Alright. Talk with the, Marius.
What now? Before we can start building as much as an outhouse, we'll have to get the whole area cleared.
I gotta go to Ratai. I am gonna have to go to Ratai first.
Parcel it out.
Right.
Ratai.
So I suppose I'd better get to Ratai first and see to that announcement.
Indeed. I'm sure the bailiff will be more than happy. It will get the refugees out of his hair, and the citizens will stop complaining. I'll stay here for now and start planning the building plots. As soon as the laborers arrive, I'll start allocating work to them.
Alright. Al-Barak, we're headed for Ratai. Pilgrim, no thanks. No thanks. Probably just gonna try to sell me something, although it would be something very cheap. Armed man, no thanks. Ever since, I don't know, I've just not been feeling the random encounters lately. The guy that, well, not the guy. Yeah, it was like a crew of heavily armed, like, plate mail type bandits. What the heck? 4 in the same trip? But yeah, I ran into some, like, heavily plate armor type guys, and they about killed me. And I generally don't get killed anymore in this game. Unless I do something really stupid. He said it's best to meet him before noon, but can I meet him at any time?
Yeah.
Bread, rolls and pretzels, garlic, onions, mushrooms, and asparagus. Come right up. No need to be shy.
He's currently in his room, I suppose. I don't know if I can talk to him or not. Been in there once?
I have a document for you from Sir Divish. It concerns the renewal of Pribyslavitz.
The village you drove those bandits out of?
Yes, thank you for remembering.
So it's true then? Good. Good. Let me see that document then.
Here it is.
So what have we here? It says I should announce that anyone interested may move to Pribyslavitz to live and work. And Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush also give their consent. In that case, let's not waste any time. Come along with me. Take care.
It's, oh. Very bright and then very dark. I think we're wearing matching jupons. Jupons? 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 I got a coupon for this jupon? Are we gonna stand on the platform?
Carrots and apples, pink today to put a smile on your face.
Let it bake a bit, and you'll be able to.
I hate that hat. The one that the bailiff is wearing.
The Virgin. Immaculate.
It kind of looks like a pile of meat. It does. It kind of just looks like a pile of bacon from back here.
Green cabbage. Get it before it goes brown.
I think you rang it enough, dude. Take it easy. It kind of looked fun. I wish I could ring it.
Cucumbers, lovely cucumbers.
Okay, he just walked
Asparagus
right
and
through my
fruit.
horse. How disrespectful. You can ring my bell, ring bell. I'm gonna go up here with him, because this is my announcement too.
Hear ye, hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of
I'm gonna turn my
Ratai,
back
as
on
well as
everybody.
those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Pribyslavitz to the north of Talmberg Castle, wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings,
a word you don't hear
providing
very
that you
often.
shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be
No
permitted
taxes for 5
also
years?
to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams. The hamlet of Pribyslavitz
vouchsafe
lies
that.
in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Pribyslavitz and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime
I
soon.
have to throw that part in there. All right.
God be with you, Henry.
King Charming? It's got the King Charming achievement. People love you everywhere you go. Hang on a second. Where'd it go? I was hoping I could read a little bit more about it. Be popular in every town and village. Huh. Only 1.38% of gamers have unlocked this. Super rare. I don't know where I got popular though. If it was Ratai or if it was Pribyslavitz. I wonder if it was. It must have been Pribyslavitz, right? Because I think I was already popular in Ratai. All right, back to Pribyslavitz. That is just such a hard word to say, but it's rewarding. Pribyslavitz. All right, let's see if we can get stopped 4 times on the way. Over 80 rep in 10 towns. There are 10? Really? I'll take a look at my my rep once we get the horse parked up here. Wonder which one it would have been though. I feel like it had to have been Pribyslavitz. Ujitz, Monastery, Ratai, Neuhof, Sasau, Ledechko, Talmberg, Skalitz, Morhoyed, Samapesh. Wow. So it's not Pribyslavitz. So where would... I mean, maybe I was a turd in Ratai at one point? And I'm all in there for a second. We got stopped 4 times on the way there, but not on the way back at all. Holy crap! They already cut... Jeez. They cut down so much wood. I feel like I was definitely low on reputation at the monastery at one point, but maybe I somehow bounced back. Oh, I'm hungry again. All right, let's take a look at this. We got reputation. Only 70 in Ujitz. So Pribyslavitz, Monastery, Ratai, Neuhof, Sasau, Ledechko, Talmberg, Skalitz. A little low on Murhoyed. And then Samapesh 100. So you said, was it 8? Oh no, it was 10 towns, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and Talmberg was 10. Okay. So yeah, I guess I got lucky because Pribyslavitz. I got a 0 in Ravna. 100 in Skalitz, which is kind of cheating because, you know, it's not even a town anymore. Then again, Vranik isn't a town either, so. The monks like me 100%? Really? I was kind of a turd. Is there anybody? Okay, refugees in Skalitz, Skalitz refugees in Sasau. Homburg. The quarrymen are not a fan. They're not fans. Soldiers and villagers don't really love me. Samapesh villagers. Kuno's camp. Oh, did that count too? Did I count that one? Hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I counted Kuno's camp too. Huh. So yeah, I wouldn't have got it without this DLC. I was too much of a butthole without the DLC. Alright. Oh, what's up, Kirk? What's going on, man? How you been, dude? You cheers me, so cheers to you. Good sir. Oh, I'm officially bailiff of Pribyslavitz, and now it's up to me to see to the renewal of the settlement. I'm not sure quite how to go about it, though. I'd best talk to Marius about how to proceed. What's new, Kirk?
Yeah.
Man, this already looks super different.
Could do with a bite to eat.
Could do with a bite to eat. I'll try to find something. Find me on vacation? Oh, that's right. That's right. Playing some Godfall? Currently? Did you get it today somehow? Did you get early access? Basic idea is you need enough money to do the infrastructure to get the income building, so you make a surplus. Gotcha. Otherwise, you get into a death spiral, losing thousands a day. That sounds awesome, but let's take a look. Okay, Henry's got 44k. 44k. 44 carat Henry. What is this icon? Hang on a second. What is that? This is the rat house. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool how this little mini map changed. Available land plot. 2, 3, 4, 5. He did say there would be 6 buildings, so he is true to his word. Get a bite to eat. I always think more clearly when I've had a bite to eat. There's like a little key icon over here on my waypoint up there. I don't know what that is.
Welcome back.
Global
What
release
news from
schedule
Rattay?
4 p.m. Eastern.
Well,
Oh,
the
okay,
bailiff
okay.
read Sir
Was able to
Dennis's
download at
decree.
3 p.m. my time. Nice.
And now I'm officially
So
bailiff
how's
of
it going so
Pribyslavitz.
far?
Then allow me to congratulate you. What will be your first step?
First, I'll
First,
Actually,
we need
I'm
a
quite
bathhouse.
What would you recommend?
As it
With all the
happens,
wenches.
I already saw to a few things in your absence. You might have noticed.
Some buildings
that the
need
first
to
people
be
have
built
come from
first to
afar.
allow others. Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
for
some
sure.
heading here right away.
So when they arrive,
Like it a lot.
I
Good.
was
Glad
able
to hear
start
it.
Clearing building plots.
So
with
it's
them.
by
After they
Gearbox,
directed some
right?
temporary dwellings, that is.
How do I choose what to build where?
How do I choose what to build where?
Said that
I've
first.
already given it some thought on your behalf. I even wrote it all down in the accounts ledger. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be kept at the Rat House.
We got a lot of work ahead of us. That seems pretty obvious.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it. So you should keep it topped up to prevent delays.
There's a large box.
Reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Oh.
Yes, of course.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
That's what she said. I don't have any of my sound commands. I'm sorry. I would have used
payment
it.
Here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
Oh gosh. Hang on a second. Smaller raise. Who offer a generous.
I can't afford that much. At least not now, right at the start. But I do need your help. How about this much?
That's a fair offer.
Thank you. I know.
It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk too. Are you sure it's
I
quite
like
safe?
generous. I was a little bit
Quite.
cheap.
Only you and I shall have a
They
key
publish it as
and
developed by
access to the trunk.
Counterplay Games. Okay.
Besides,
I'm not even.
we'll have
I couldn't
guards
even
on
tell you
watch.
another game that Counterplay.
That's reassuring.
At least not off the top of my head.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
Could you explain something to me?
Oh, jeez. A lot of conversation to be had here.
Nothing, actually.
Me either. Never heard of him until now. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. How's Pribyslavitz doing?
So, how am I doing with the village?
Let's see.
Let's see. You haven't done
You're
jack
still
crap,
far
my
from having
friend.
the income you need to make the village prosper. Well, the village isn't ready yet for the expansion Sir Divish is planning. The church is still in ruins. Doesn't create a good impression. We're on the right track, but we haven't reached the end yet.
In fact, we haven't even reached the beginning yet. Thanks for asking. Let's build. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at this box real quick. I can't put any money in there? I thought I could. Let's take a look at this. Okay, how much does... Okay, perfect. This is what I need to see here. So, village income... Wait, overview? Okay. Temporary rat house, 100. Laborers camp, 25. Oh, times 7? No, just times 1. Okay. Give to the box. Did I miss that option? Okay, get the objectives. Village income 1200, village capacity 40. So that's a very nice drawing. Very good. Okay, tent will serve at the start instead of a real rat house. At least you'll have a place to lay your head before you get a proper bailiff's residence built. 8. Locator's wages is only 80? How often are these wages coming out? Is it daily? Every sizable village should have a rat house, the seat of law and order embodied by the bailiff. Yes, we know this. Oh, I should look at the prereqs. 5,000? Wow. Okay, so it is daily. These are daily costs. Compound interest. Locator's wages generates 4 people? Wages cause the death spiral? Yeah, I bet. I bet. Wow, okay. There is a lot here. This is cool, though. This is cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to... I'm going to be playing the crap out of this. What's over here? Look, let me look back at this real quick. Who's yelling? Somebody is definitely yelling over here. Grosh. Oh, okay, there we go. That's how I move it in. Groshen's in other. Okay. All right. So what if I just put a solid? You must choose either bakery or butcher, stable or guardhouse. All right. I like bakery, although I probably prefer meat. Bakery sounds. I could go for some fresh bread. Let me move a crap ton of money in here. Let's do 20,000.
Hey.
Why are these people yelling? I don't understand. All right. All right, my friends. This is very cool. We finished the Madonna of Sasau. Unfortunately, we got started with From the Ashes, but unfortunately, I am not going to be able to continue for tonight. I've got to hit the hay, but real quick, let's celebrate in the tavern, and we'll discuss some plans moving forward. All right, so let's go there. Woot, quite a good stream tonight. Yes, thank you. Thanks for hanging out, Christina. Appreciate having you around. I know that we had some people stopping in early in the stream while they were waiting for YouTube to come back up, and that's totally okay. I'm just happy to see everybody. Yeah, this is cool. I didn't know how in-depth this was going to be as far as how many choices I could make on replenishing the town, but it seems like it's going to be a lot. That could be kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll be back on Saturday with some more of this. I'm looking at a 1 o'clock start time again, Eastern Standard Time. And we'll play, for... It should be as long as a normal stream. So unfortunately, these kind of weekday streams are a little shorter. But the plan moving forward, it's looking more and more like I will be moving to a daily stream schedule. This weekday, I should say. Wish I could have been in sooner, but enjoyed the short time I was here. Cheers to you, Kirk. Appreciate you, man. Also, hey, glad that you are enjoying your game. Glad you're enjoying Godfall. So it would have definitely sucked if you got the game and as a game you were super hyped for and it sucked. So I'm glad that it doesn't suck. But yeah, moving forward, I'm thinking probably starting next week. We're gonna see how it goes. I talked with Mrs. Magoots. She's on board with the new stream schedule. And so we are potentially moving to that new schedule starting Monday. But I'll have a little bit more to announce on Saturday in regards to that. So it's not set in stone, but it's looking like that's probably going to be the plan. I'm glad you'll be able to do daily stuff going forward. Yeah, it's going to give the channel an opportunity to grow. And I know, I'm pretty bummed that the time doesn't work for everybody that wants to come. It's just one of those things where I've been kind of struggling with this in my brain, I guess, for a little while now. I kind of want to see what I can do as far as trying to grow the stream, and if it doesn't grow, that's fine, no big deal. But this will also make it to where mornings are super consistent for me. At least they have been for the last year, pretty much. So I've had this time slot available, and I don't know why I didn't consider it sooner. But I want to give it a shot and see if it works out. And if it does work out, if I get good feedback from it, we'll stay there permanently. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll just go back to what we're doing now. So, if you were closer to noon, yeah, I know. Unfortunately, maybe some days I could play later, but I think most days, I have in my IRL job, I have a meeting that's at 10:15 a.m. So basically I'm gonna have to cut it at 10 o'clock sharp so that I can get over to my meeting. I've got one daily pretty much. So on days where I'm off work or I don't have a meeting, I could potentially go a little bit longer. So, but this is just part of you know, thankfully I have a fairly flexible work schedule, so this just allows me to use my mornings a little bit. But like I said, it's just really consistent, and it's going to allow me, you know, normally Mrs. Magoots and I can't really spend very much time together anyway, so because, you know, she works morning as well, so if I can move the stream schedule, then I have evenings and weekends spend with Mrs. Magoots, and I can also work on some stream enhancements during the weekend. Yeah, it'll just kind of be a little bit of an easier schedule for me. So, like I said, I'm bummed that not everybody's gonna be able to make it. But yeah, everybody's always in my heart. Yeah. So, okay, let me give some thanks. This should go pretty quick. I think I can do this. I hope. Setting this thing up was it was a mad dash, but I think we got it. So, cheers to these supporters, the mods, Hercules, and Kuristina, and Lootspot Goots. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Lootspot Goots. You did so much. Not really. I actually wasn't even sure Lootspot Goots would be functional tonight. It's just, yeah. We'll see how it goes. I think that I can see now we did not drop a single frame in a 2-hour stream, so I also know that I am still using the streaming PC as sort of my preview tool, and also using it for reading chat. And it disconnected from internet 3 times, I want to say, in the 2 hours. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to go back to using that, unfortunately. So I'm going to check in on stream quality as well, because I know that obviously running a stream and a game at the same time is a little bit taxing on the both the GPU and the CPU. So I think the CPU is going to be able to handle it, but the GPU might be a little bit bottlenecked. So just keep an eye on it, all right? As always, if you guys notice anything that you think I should be aware of, feel free to let me know. With that, my friends, we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. I'll be back Saturday. We'll get back into From the Ashes, this King Will Come DLC. And hope everybody has an awesome rest of the week. Until then, tomorrow, I'm going to be enjoying the Titans versus Colts. I live in Indianapolis, so hoping that the Colts get pooped on. Just throwing that out there. Hashtag Tighten Up. Good night, Kirk. Thanks for stopping in, man. Seriously, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Curry. Llewellyn, thanks for helping out. Giving me some insight into the game. Appreciate you. And Inkling, I think if you're still around too, thanks for hanging out. All right. For now, we're gonna call it a night, and we'll see you on Saturday. Take care.